For the first time since what I believe is Euro 2008, there will not be a single current Hull City player at the World Cup/Euros. However, there are a plethora of ex-Hull City players competing in Euro 2020 this summer. Some obvious, some much more under the radar. And in this video, I will take you through the 9 former Tigers representing their countries at this summer's European Championships. David Marshall. David Marshall will be Scotland's first choice goalkeeper this summer, beating out competition from Craig Gordon and John McLaughlin, a man who was once on trial with Hull City. Marshall signed for Hull City on the 30th of August 2016 under Mike Phelan. Marshall would take the place of Eldin Jakupovic in between the sticks for Hull City, relegating the Swiss goalkeeper to the bench. But after a dismal first half of the season, Mike Phelan was sacked and replaced by Marco Silva in the dugout. Marshall was dropped to the bench in favour of Jakupovic, and that was that. The following season in the Championship, Marshall would also act as backup goalkeeper, this time to fellow Scotsman Alan McGregor. McGregor was out injured in the opening half of the 2016-17 season and out on loan at Cardiff City in the second half of Marshall's first season at the club. McGregor would depart to Rangers in the summer of 2018, allowing Marshall to take the number 1 shirt, and was impressive under Nigel Adkins, who would depart to Wigan Athletic in the summer of 2019. David Marshall now plays for Derby County. Peter Galassi. Another goalkeeper. This one much more high profile. Galassi will be the Hungarian number 1 goalkeeper this summer, as Hungary will compete in the quote-unquote group of death alongside Germany, France and Portugal. Galassi joined Hull City on the 19th of July 2011 on loan from Liverpool. Galassi would wear the number 24 shirt at what was then known as the KC Stadium. Galassi would have tough competition for a starting berth at Hull City, with Adriano Basso and Vito Mannone also signing for the club at different points during the season. Basso in the summer, as did Galassi and Mannone in January. Galassi only made 15 appearances for Hull City and didn't exactly set the world alight. His performances were certainly not indicative of the Champions League semi-final goalkeeper he would go on to become with RB Leipzig. DUSAN KUCIAK. Alright, pause. This one surprised me. DUSAN KUCIAK only made 1 Hull City appearance in the EFL Cup against Exeter City and was nothing more than someone to sit in the stands and be ready if there was a goalkeeping injury crisis. Steve Bruce brought the Slovakian in on transfer deadline day in the winter of 2016 to act as third choice to Alan McGregor and Eldin Jakupovic. KUCIAK would be the substitute goalkeeper in the 2 Championship playoff semi-final legs and the final in 2016 as Hull City were promoted to the Premier League. KUCIAK is third choice for Slovakia this summer, behind Newcastle United's Martin Dubravka and Fulham's Marek Rodak. Harry Maguire. Slaved is at the Euros, but he will miss the group stage. After impressing in the FA Cup semi-final for Sheffield United against Hull City at Wembley in April 2014, Maguire was snapped up by Steve Bruce for £2.5 million. Maguire made his Hull City debut in the Europa League defeat away at KSC Lokeren, and he would make 6 further appearances for the club that season, spending time out on loan at Wigan Athletic in the second half of the season. Maguire would feature more heavily the following campaign, featuring 33 times in all competitions as Hull City won promotion back to the Premier League. The 16-17 season back in the Premier League is where Maguire would make his mark, especially under Marco Silva. 36 appearances in all competitions, combined with 3 goals and wearing the captain's armband under Silva, impressed bigger sides despite Hull City's relegation. Maguire signed for Leicester for £18.5 million, a club record sale for Hull City. Maguire then joined Manchester United the following summer for a world record £80 million for a defender, and Maguire, if he can get over his injury troubles, will be a key figure in England's backline this summer. Liam Cooper. Super duper Liam Cooper. The Hull lad who joined the club's academy in 2002 at the age of 11, was always supposedly a Leeds fan, despite his entire family supporting Hull and literally living right outside Mallet Lambert School. Leeds fan. My God. Anyway, after signing his first pro deal for his hometown club in 2008, Cooper would spend time out on loan at Carlisle, Huddersfield and Chesterfield before leaving Hull City to permanently join Chesterfield in January 2013 after 17 appearances in black and amber. Cooper now plays for Leeds United and will feature for Scotland this summer, declaring international allegiance to the north of the border through his grandfather. Andy Robertson. Like Harry Maguire, Andy Robertson joined Hull City in the summer of 2014 from Dundee United for £2.85 million. Him and Maguire were signed on the same day. However, Robertson featured more consistently across his 3 seasons with the club than Maguire did. Robertson made 24 appearances for City in 2014-15 as the club were relegated from the Premier League. 52 appearances and 4 goals were to come in the following season as Hull City were promoted through the playoffs back to the big time at the first time of asking. Robertson played 39 times in all competitions in his final season with the club before leaving to join Liverpool for £10 million. Robertson will captain Scotland this summer. Sebastian Larsson. Only in black and amber for a single season, but boy was he impressive and a fan favourite amongst many. Larsson signed on a free transfer from Sunderland in the summer of 2017 as both Sunderland and Hull City were relegated from the Premier League. The Swedish international made his debut as a substitute in the 4-1 win against Burton Albion at the KCOM Stadium, the game in which Abel Hernandez scored a hat-trick, Kamil Grzycki grabbed a goal, and Jackson Irvine, playing for Burton Albion at the time, scored one of the best goals I've ever seen live, then got sent off 4 minutes later before joining Hull City a few weeks later. Larsson would make 40 appearances for the club that season, scoring twice before returning back to Sweden with AIK in the summer of 2018, after just 1 season with the club. Harry Wilson. Like Larsson, Wilson played for Hull City during the 17-18 season and, like Galassi, was on loan from Liverpool. But he was on a different level to anyone else in that team. On deadline day in the winter of 2018, he joined an attacking lineup that included Jared Bowen, Kamil Grzycki and Fraser Campbell, with Abel Hernandez set to return from injury soon after his arrival. But Wilson elevated the game of them all. The man wearing the number 49 shirt scored 7 times in just 14 appearances. 12 of those he started, and Wilson will feature for Wales this summer, showing all the skill and attacking prowess, free kick godliness that we saw. We saw him first, and Derby take the credit. Sheep shagging. Dan James. This one may be quite unknown to non-Hull City fans, but Dan James played for Hull City. A student at South Hunsley School, the school which also produced Jacob Greaves, James was born in Hull and joined the club's academy at the age of 9 in 2006. He was released in 2014 and joined Swansea, with whom he would make his name. An impressive 2018-19 season with a Welsh side created a transfer frenzy surrounding James, and that resulted in him making a £15 million move to Manchester United, and James will represent Wales at Euro 2020 alongside Wilson. You may think, how does he qualify to play for Wales? Well, through his late father Kevin. And James represented Wales from under 17 level all the way through to the senior national side. That is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Bit more of an informative one. I'm just throwing facts straight at you. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you very, very soon.